Angry crowds have occupied the EU's main financial institutions in Frankfurt to protest against their handling of the crisis. The demonstration is expected to draw thousands throughout the day, with people accusing the European Central Bank and others for the painful austerity measures which have caused misery across the continent. For more on this story, we're crossing live now to RT's Peter Oliver, who's in Germany's financial hub. Peter, several thousands are expected to voice their anger at the bank there. What's going on around you at the moment? We see there's police behind you and crowds.
Well, we're hearing from organisers of Blockupy 2013 that around 3,000 demonstrators are out and about all around the city of Frankfurt. Frankfurt is Europe's major financial hub and the home to the European Central Bank, which has been one of those organisations which the demonstrators taking part here have been voicing their anger against, because they are, of course, part of the Troika, something that has very much upset a lot of people in Europe. The Troika is the three main lenders for those countries in severe debt. It's made up of the European Central Bank, the European Union and the International Monetary Fund. And those protesters who've come here say that, well, they're punishing the people of Europe for mistakes made by bankers and politicians. Now, to talk a little bit more about what's been going on, what is going on here in Frankfurt, I'm joined by Saul Trubovies, who's one of the participants. He's from the group Indignados. Saul, thanks very much. Why have people coming out to voice their anger here?
Well, we are here because we know that European Central Bank is one of the main institutions, together with the International Monetary Fund of the European Commission, of not only mismanage the European crisis, the economic crisis we're facing now, but for using the crisis to implement a long-time decided neoliberal agenda. Privatizing public services, weakening labor laws through the so-called austerity measures.
And what form are the protests taking place that are going on throughout the city today?
Yes, it's a peaceful protest, it's a non-violent protest, it's a civil disobedience act that we have blocked all the entrances of the European Central Bank peacefully to avoid that the people that is working in the ECB will work today. We do so because we believe that the European Central Bank, as I said, has a big implication in the austerity measures that are being imposed. So through this action, we actually want to make the point that we know the role of the ECB and that we don't want the ECB to continue working in the way that he's doing.
So how long will the demonstration take place for? How long are they going to try and blockupy, as it is, the ECB?
Well, the good news is that we have succeeded. We have effectively blocked all the entrances of the ECB. So the workers were not allowed to enter. So now we are still keeping the blockade for some hours, but through assemblies we will decide if we want to finish the blockade.
Saul Trubovies from Indignados, thanks very much for talking to me. So the demonstrations continue throughout Friday here in Frankfurt as protesters blockupy. They've occupied and blocked the European Central Bank to show their anger against the way that Europe's financial systems are, in their eyes, being mismanaged.